54 points, and 22 of which have come from the bench.
They like what they see. As their assistant coach, Liz Hornberger, told us at halftime, this is exactly the pace that they want to play at. And this is Holman as the Spartans open up the second half, and an immediate foul as Jimmy drove to the basket. Foul's going to go against Chicago. It will be on Tyler Howard, and that's Howard's first. Holman will inbound to Spencer Boyd. Boyd with his quickness goes to the basket, left it short. Spencer picks up the defense on Smith.
And he is Chicago's leading scorer, so you've got the right matchup that you want there. Your best defender on the Maroons' best scorer.
Well, he had an outstanding first half, Smith did. He had 17 of their 51 points, and there he is going into the lane. They're going to count the basket. They're going to count the basket. That's like an NBA count. The foul's there. He took 2 more steps and laid it up and in.
Yeah, that is not
often you see that.
Quite a lengthy continuation type play right there. Big break for Chicago.
So he's got 19 points. And the lead is, or the game is tied at 54. This is Spencer Boyd. Holman, shot was blocked, ball's tipped out of bounds off Chicago. Eric Black banging inside, left-handed shot, gets the roll. Eric's done a nice job of just playing strong, playing physical inside. He's really had to bang bodies with Nate Brooks.
Yeah, he's really had to bring his Rocky Balboa shoes here today, but fortunately it's worked for him, and the more points you can get out of him, the better, because he is a presence down there near the rim.
Eric averaging 11 points, 6 rebounds per game, and he has 6 points so far this afternoon against Chicago. Spartans up 2. Little screen and roll. Voss with a shot missed, and Eric Black comes down with a rebound. Holman quickly down to Clark. Clark looking inside. David Black has it. Black against Voss. David goes up, right-handed shot, rolls. Oh, it just sat on that rim, tantalizing, and did not go in. Here comes Voss the other way. Boy, that was one roll from dropping in. Voss misses. Eric Black tries to control. He does. Clark gets it. Matt the other way. Matt out top. Holman steps up. It's a 3, and he got it. They're going to count it 2. They're going to say it was on the line. I knew it was close. Jimmy had 3 threes in the opening half. Clark with a steal. Boyd with the rebound. Shot is short by Spencer Boyd. Here comes Chicago. Case's lead has grown to 4. It was at 3 at halftime. The Maroons have tied it once here in the second half. This is Brooks inside, and he misses the shot. Eric Black came down with a rebound, and Nate fouled him. That's the 3rd foul on Nate Brooks. That's been a nice matchup to watch, Nate Brooks and Eric Black this afternoon here at Horsburgh Gymnasium. Both of those guys are talented athletes, and they are certainly making each other work.
Yeah, and whenever they go one-on-one, everybody else just kind of gets out of the way, so we can really showcase a great matchup between 2 very talented post scorers and really 2 good defenders as well.
Nate's going to take a seat with 4 points and 3 fouls. They do not want him picking up his 4th foul early in the second half, that's for sure. Spencer Boyd with the ball above his head, back to Holman. This is Clark with pressure. Holman. Eric Black, good feed. Shot was missed. Foul goes up. That was missed, but Eric drew another foul. Foul to the face. Foul's going to go against Blaine Crawford, and that's Blaine Crawford's 3rd. So Nate Brooks' substitute off the bench is Crawford, and both of them have 3 fouls now.
And that's going to put Case in good position later on in this contest, because the Maroons have shown, as Eric misses the first one, that the Maroons have shown that they are not afraid to foul down low.
Eric Black, 1 of 2 from the foul line. 1 of 4 on the afternoon. He's got 7 points. This is Smith with it for the Maroons. David Black just a fingertip away from intercepting that pass. Boyd with the block. And Holman's going to pick up a foul. Spencer Boyd went up and blocked that shot. That is nothing new. Spencer Boyd is a shot blocker.
That's his 12th block, so you almost give 1 block per night per Spencer Boyd. But a little bit of action after the block, and the Maroons pick it up going to the stripe.
Waller Perez at the free throw line. Perez had 5 first half points. 4 subs come in. Case Western Reserve does that a lot. They'll sub in mass. Perez made one and missed one, and Duckett comes down with a strong rebound. Alvarez quickly down the floor, laid it up and in, and Javi was fouled.
It is a thing of beauty whenever you get this young man in the open floor. He just out-hustles everybody and beats them up the floor, receives a pass, and uses his offhand to lay it in. Big bucket for Case because you push the lead to 6, and now with the free throw, you can go up by 3 possessions.
Alvarez missed the shot short. They're going to say he left early. He was in the lane early, even though he got his own rebound. So Javi's got 12, 10 in the first half, and Case's lead is the largest of the afternoon. It's at 61-55.
And now you can see that the Spartans are starting to use that trap. They used it mostly at half court on Friday, but we're seeing them mix things up defensively and go with the trap down low on the run. That's a great defensive effort by the Spartans. I think we'll see it continue.
3 in the air, and it's good. Tyler Howard. Howard's got 8. Levis with a ball fake. Turnaround 12-footer. Missed it short. Duckett went for the tip, and they're going to call TJ for a foul. TJ was tying it up with Crawford inside, and that will be TJ Duckett's 3rd foul.
Well, you were hoping that this step back 2 by Levis was going to go in. He is just really long, Ron. I mean, he's 6'4", but with those arms, he can shoot over just about anybody. But unfortunately, the Spartans give it back with the lead down to 3.
Eric Black checks in for Duckett. Colin Zucker is in the game. He'll join Levis and Alvarez and Clark in the backcourt. Zucker came in for Jimmy Holman. Smith with a good feed to Crawford. He goes up with 2 hands.
Well, that's exactly what he can do. That is what he loves to do. He loves to beat everybody down the floor so that he can go up for easy ones like that and use his 6'8" length and finish on 2 white uniforms.
The 6-point lead has been erased to 1. Levis looks inside, keeps it. Now it's Zucker with it. They'll work the perimeter. Ball fake, splits the defense. Shot off the glass, and it's good. Matt Clark with a beautiful drive.
Well, there was a big bump that Clark drew right there, but able to score despite the contact. You love his concentration.
Quick pass deep, down the floor and laying it up and in. Howard has had a good second half. Tyler Howard's got 10. Timeout on the floor. We'll take 1, 2. 15:50 are left in this ball game as you see the Maroons on their fast break. It's Tyler Howard who goes up and cuts the Case Western Reserve lead to 1.
Everyone loves a comeback, right? Especially when that comeback is Queso Diablo from Qdoba, full of spicy satisfaction to take you straight to queso bliss. That fiery, smoky sensation you've been craving has returned. Celebrate the comeback of Queso Diablo, available now and for an infinite time, only at Qdoba Mexican Grill.
Spartans led by 6. Lead is down to 1, Ron, so Chicago is starting to figure things out a little bit.
Nice Sunday crowd on hand here this afternoon inside Horsburgh Gymnasium. Friday night was a real nice atmosphere. The homestands were full. Pep band was here. Eric Black with a soft left-handed jump hook.
Well on his way towards a double-double, Eric Black, 9.7 boards.
Quickly down the floor, Chicago goes the other way. You know, just when you thought that the Maroons were getting tired, they have beaten Case down the floor on 2 consecutive possessions.
And they are starting to give the Spartans a dose of their own medicine. You're exactly right. I mean, they do not waste any time going up and down the floor 94 feet, and very quick to try to get a lay-in attempt are the Maroons.
It was Matt Clark with the foul. He has 3. He'll come out of the game. Clark's out with 6 points and 3 fouls. Jimmy Holman's back in. Holman's got 11 points and 2 fouls. And this is Perez at the free throw line. He's got 8 points. In and out, but the rebound is by Crawford. Eric Black blocked him when he went up for it. Gonna call Eric for the foul. That is Eric's second.
Well, and again, like we just said earlier in the half, you don't mind sending Chicago to the line too much as long as the right players are fouling and as long as players stay out of foul trouble. Because now they're just 10 of 16, which is just a little over 50%, which is not a fantastic percentage.
Game's tied at 65. Chicago's on a 10-4 run right now. Levis with a ball fake. Right into Voss. Scoop hook, how did that go in? Wow, Jake Levis was under the backboard.
He's got some skills. I mean, he doesn't see a ton of ball handling, but he really has the raw talent to be able to finish at the rim with the best of them.
Zucker with his 3rd foul. Spencer Boyd will come off the bench. He'll come in for Colin Zucker.
Another great look at the finish by Jake right underneath the rim, showing the awareness to get his own rebound. And he's, you know, he doesn't score a ton for this bench bunch, but he's as valuable as anybody off of that reserve unit.
This is Brooks out top. Brooks and Howard. Howard with the drive. Eric Black with a blocked shot from behind.
He's getting really good at that. I mean, watch, he's trailing the ball handler and just swaps him right from behind. That's where the ball handler cannot see where your arms are going as a defender. Gives you a great angle for a block shot.
Working it into Barthel. Howard's now with the basketball. Howard's done a nice job of breaking down that Case defense off the dribble. Eric Black tried to get it out to Javi Alvarez, and the ball was stolen. This is Voss with it. Back to Tyler Howard. They go inside to Brooks. Brooks working against Eric Black. Shot was missed, but Voss got the follow. Holman with a ball fake, spot up 3, missed it long. Ball's tipped, kept alive. Javi Alvarez with it. Pass was stolen, and then they're going to call a foul in the backcourt. It's going to go against Levis or Alvarez. Not sure which. It will go against Levis. So that's Jake's second. Chicago has a chance to take the lead on this possession, and that would be their first lead since early in the game. First lead since when?
17.5-minute mark, so about 2.5
minutes into the game. They'll get that opportunity at the free throw line. This is Jake Fenlon, who is hasn't gone to the free throw line much this year. Fenlon had 6 first-half points on 2 baskets, both of them threes.
Well, now the Spartans have 7 fouls, so the slightest bit of contact is going to send the Maroons to the line for at least 1.
This is Alvarez with a strong dribble drive. Layup was short. Chicago will control. Got a hold foul inside. If it goes against Duckett, that's 4. It is against T.J. Duckett. That is 4 on him. T.J. cannot keep himself on the floor. Every time he gets in the game, he gets an immediate foul.
Yeah, that one was costly, especially for the Spartans because they only rotate 3 bigs, and he is the only legitimate big that they have to come off of the reserve unit. So if you take him out of the game, that means that you're probably not going to see Eric and David Black on the floor at the same time for probably the rest of the game.
So Duckett's out, Eric Black is back in. And Nate Brooks with a slight smile on his face because he knows that fortune was on his side. David Black tried to feed his brother Eric. Eric saved it, but Barthel comes up with it for Chicago. And if that hits, Case needed a timeout. Alvarez with the rebound. Alvarez on the break. Case was up 61-55. Since that time, it is a 16-6 run by Chicago. Spencer Boyd kicks it out to Holman. They need it. Jimmy's 3 is good.
Well, at any time you need a big shot, you want a senior to take it, and you get Holman in between the circles, one of his favorite spots on the floor. He is the leading shooter in the UAA from three-point range for a reason, and he can hit them from just about anywhere.
We'll be back.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
Chicago has the 71. The Maroon average on the season after 13 games, 71 points per game. So they are already at their game average with 13 and a half minutes left, but that is exactly where Case wants them to be. That's the pace that Case likes to play at. The Spartans just obviously want to be on the high side of that score in the next 13 and a half minutes. We'll see if Chicago's conditioning can withstand the next 13 and a half minutes. So far, there is no reason to believe that they cannot. Barthel with the basketball. They're going to move it around the perimeter. Colin Barthel with a long 3, and he makes it.
Well, again, they don't take a whole lot of threes. They're not a high-volume three-point shooting team, but at 6 of 10, that is more than quality to get a fair amount of points from beyond the arc.
David Black working inside. He's got himself in trouble, and he traveled with the basketball. David dribbled down and just stopped himself right underneath the basket.
Well, he was looking for some help because I thought he didn't think that he was going to be able to score too far underneath the rim, just didn't have the right positioning, so he was looking for a potential play to make an assist, but nobody home.
Brooks inside against Eric Black. Shot was missed, but he got his own rebound, and that one's back up and good. Nate Brooks is a load.
Well, they've had 13 offensive rebounds, and they've been able to get a fair amount of second chance opportunity points.
Holman for 3. Brooks with the rebound. Chicago's up 6. Case's largest lead was 6. The Maroons have now matched it. Beautiful pass. Whoa, what a nice pass.
In the first half, they had 20 field goals on just 5 assists. They probably have 5 assists in the first 9 or so minutes of the second half.
David Black, that is his first basket of the second half. He had 14 points in that opening half. They need him back on the scoreboard. Case has got to get back on defense. This is Holman, splits the defense, lost the basketball. Brooks against Eric Black. Javi Alvarez with the trail. David Black with the rebound. Alvarez into David Black on that right block. David looking for a teammate. Alvarez, long, high-arcing three, did not go. Brooks and Eric Black fight for it. Smith comes up with it. Jordan the other way, crosses over, lays it up and in. Jordan Smith with 21. Lead is at 9. Spencer Boyd, shot clock's at 12. David Black, Voss with the rebound.
And Chicago's done an excellent job of getting up the floor. They've been beating the Spartans in the last several possessions.
Chicago's slowing it down right now. And they've got a 9-point lead. Alvarez out top against Herluhi. Voss into a double team. Missed the shot, but Brooks is going to two-hand slam it. Brooks has 11, the lead's at 11.
Things just not going well for the boys in white. You just took that timeout, and it had a strong sense that another one was coming soon.
Well, everything fell apart at about the 16:52 mark. We'll talk about it when we come back from this break.
Inspired by the 60s, Dave's Cosmic Subs is spreading love around the world one sub at a time. Voted the best in Cleveland, Dave's Cosmic Subs uses only the freshest ingredients, all wrapped in the history of rock and roll. Dave's Cosmic Subs are perfect for any occasion, especially your next Spartan Athletics gathering. Visit Dave's Cosmic Subs Coventry or call 216-320-0330 for delivery. There's only one legendary sub, and that's Dave's.
Well, moments ago, Case Western Reserve called the timeout. Chicago has burst through with some offense. They have grabbed their biggest lead by either team. It's now at 11. And this was kind of the exclamation point on the two-handed dunk down there by Nate Brooks.
Eddie, at 16:52 left in this second half, I referenced it before we went to the break. Case took a 61-55 lead. It was a 6-point lead for the Spartans. It was the largest of the afternoon. Since that time, you can do the math.
29-12.
29-12. Chicago on that big run, and it has really made the difference in this basketball game. That's Zucker with a long three. TJ Duckett with the rebound. Back out to Matt Clark. A hand check.
Well, and at this point in the game, Ron, you're forced to go back to TJ Duckett, even though he's got 4 fouls because of all of the energy expended by the starting unit when they were in there when Chicago went on that big run.
So Duckett will get the inbound. This is Matt Clark, dribbles in, hands it back to Duckett. Duckett missed the shot, made his own follow.
Well, that's good hustle by the young man.
Spartans are really going to need to create some turnovers here. And Barthel went down, kept the dribble, but slid on his legs out of bounds. You'll get a good look at it right in front of the Case bench here.
It's the two-man defensive game that is really going to get the job done for Case if they are going to eventually get some stops in this one.
So Clark's going to pull it out. Perez is on him. They're going to trap him. And getting called for a blocking foul on the trap is Eric Robinson.
And Case will take every little foul they can get against Chicago because now you've got 6. The next one puts you at the charity stripe. And you got some quality free throw shooters on the floor right now.
Fouls on Tyler Howard.
See right there, you just picked up 3 fouls in a matter of seconds. That is Chicago shooting itself in the foot right there, and really a harmless little foul that was very unnecessary. So Case will take it now. They just have to earn it at the charity stripe. You're going to be there for the last 9 minutes and 10 seconds.
You got to make them, though. Nine minutes, down 9. Holman goes in for Alvarez. You've got Holman, Zucker, Levis, Duckett, and Clark on the floor right now for Case. That's a step back 3. Jordan Smith hasn't missed many of anything this afternoon. Duckett's going to pick up his 5th foul, I think. Foul's on T.J. Duckett. That is his 5th. So T.J. is out of the game with 5 fouls and 2 points. David Black's going to check back in. At the line shooting for Chicago is Colin Barthel. Barthel, a 53% free throw shooter. He's from Cathedral High School in Indianapolis, Indiana.
And you have to give the Maroons credit because they are shooting over their season average at the free throw line, and they are starting to heat up in terms of making trips to the free throw line. Looks 22 and 23.
They're 9 of 12 in the second half. Zucker along that baseline. This is Levis for a long 3. Missed it long. Tyler Howard has been sneaky quick.
Didn't take him long to get all the way to the rack.
He's got 12 points. 7 in the second half. Many of them on quick drives like that. David Black for 3. That one's short. Zucker keeps it alive to his teammate Holman. Jimmy drives, looks for Levis. Levis saves it. Back to Jake. Zucker's going to launch a 3. Everything's coming up short for Case right now.
I think somebody probably got a piece of that one. I heard it.
Again.
Too easy.
Well, Tyler Howard has he has taken over this second half. Holman with a nice moving screen from David Black, and Jimmy lays it up. Or actually, that's Matt Clark. Matt Clark with 8, lays it up and in.
And look at this. They're just going on an absolute scoring rampage. I mean, this team doesn't average a ton of points per game. The Maroons do. Just over 70, and now you're looking at 92. You still got 7.5 minutes to go in the contest, and everything that they are getting is just beating Case down the floor to the other end, and everything is in the paint.
That is the first free throw that Jordan Smith has missed. Alvarez quickly the other way. Smith was 6 of 6 before that miss. He's got 23 points. Case is down 15. Turnover for Case. Perez with the basketball. Cross-court pass, that's Voss. Back to Perez. David Black with a nice block. Kept alive by Waller Perez, though.
That is now 54 points in the paint for Chicago. Absolutely through the roof, the scoring down there.
Jimmy Holman with the drive. Holman has 16. Perez against Eric Black, wrapped around layup. Zucker with a reverse layup. Eric Black tips it. Chicago comes up with it. Voss will bring it down for Chicago. Deep three. And they get that long rebound. And then Eric Black drops a foul on Blaine Crawford. Kept him upright though. So for Eric, that will be his third.
Well, the passing in the half court has gotten much better for Chicago in the second half. Only 5 dimes in the first 20 minutes, but now everybody is sharing the ball. They're getting better looks. They're getting easier looks near the rim, which is why they have amassed 54 points in the paint for the game and 23 second chance points.
Javi splits the defense, drew the foul.
He's going to draw his fair share of fouls in his Spartan career because he is so small and so fast. You can't really see him in the open floor. He's got an incredible first step, and he's very good with a left hand. And he's the type of player that Case needs, a high-energy guy who can get out and defend the three-point line. Sorry, Ron.
Alvarez with 14 points. The lead is still large for Chicago. It's at 16. Alvarez with a steal. The ball was knocked out of bounds by Chicago. Spencer Boyd and Javi Alvarez doing a nice job creating havoc. Jordan Smith will check back in. Jake Fenlon will take a seat. Fenlon with 8 points, and Jordan Smith, he's back in with 23. Clark off a high screen for Case. This is Jimmy Holman, 15 seconds to shoot, plenty of time. Jimmy spots up 3, missed it short. Spencer Boyd comes up with the rebound. Good swing pass. Clark on the drive. Tried to dish it to Eric Black. Probably should have taken the shot himself. Javi Alvarez gets knocked over by Voss.
Well, Clark tried to hit Eric Black on the cut right by the rim. It didn't work. Ball is up for grabs. Chicago does an excellent job to try to hustle it down, but Javi Alvarez is there step for step trying to grab every extra possession they can get.
So the foul's against Voss. That is his 4th. Nate Brooks comes in for Blaine Crawford. Voss remains in the game. Javi Alvarez is at the foul line. He is 2 of 4 on the afternoon. Long pass, Voss to Brooks. And Nate's had a few of those.
Well, you got to have great court vision to do that. They've done it a couple times.
Fouls on Nate Brooks, that's his 4th, matches his uniform number. Matt Clark will be at the line, he'll shoot 2. Clark is 2 of 2 this afternoon from the free throw line. Colin Zucker is off the bench, back in for Javi Alvarez. Javi takes a seat with 14 points. Colin had 10 first half points, has been held scoreless in the second half. Steele in the backcourt. Clark missed the shot. Chicago is at 99 points.
Well, you have to give the Spartans a lot of credit for their efforts in terms of trying to slow Chicago down, because they are pressing full court. It uses a lot of energy, but Chicago has had an answer for it. They've been able to find the teammates deep down the court and have been able to amass 64 paint points.
Perez inside. Nice tip by Nate Brooks. Brooks has been tough to handle for Case. They just not have been able to match up well with him, the 6'6" senior. He's got 15 points. He averages 6 on the season. That has been a matchup nightmare this afternoon for Case. Zucker, a long 3, got it. Spartans are down 15, 3.5 minutes left. Waller Perez working against Jimmy Holman. 11 seconds to shoot. This is Jordan Smith with Spencer Boyd. Boyd is a great matchup defender. That's Adam Voss from 22 feet, got it. Alex Voss.
He had all kinds of hardwood to work with on a wide open triple.
Zucker 3. Colin Zucker has 4 3-pointers. He's got 16 points. And there's another break. David Black for 3, missed that one short. Boy, we had a good look at that. That was right on the money. Zucker with some great work. Matt Clark missed it. Waller Perez traveled with the basketball. He took off running. Javi Alvarez, Eric Black will check in. Spencer Boyd is going to take a seat. David Black will also come in. So Boyd heads to the bench with 1 point. David Black heads to the bench with 17.
Been a really good game offensively for David Black, but the Spartans have really needed some rim protection, and they're going to have to find it from one of their 3 bigs, either David or Eric Black or TJ Duckett going forward, because they just cannot continue to go forward with given this many opportunities in the paint.
Matt Clark's going to go to the free throw line. Fouls on a young man who just entered the game, Ryan Jacobson, a 6'5" freshman forward from St. Paul, Minnesota. There's Jacobson, 45 right there. Got the shot blocked, but they're going to get him for the forearm to the waist of Clark as he drove to the basket.
And at the end of the day, Ron, this is going to turn into a pretty quality offensive game for Case Western Reserve. The problem is the defense.
Well, it's going to take time. This is only their 6th game this season out of the 13 that they've played this style. They started it just after the break, something they discussed as a coaching staff before the break. And I like it.
It's a lot of fun to watch. It's very entertaining. The ball moves. Everybody gets involved as Chicago lays it in for 108 total. But you're right, it is going to take some time.
And those finishes inside, the easy looks that Chicago has got specifically in the last 12 minutes of this basketball game, as Alvarez is going to shoot 3 fouls or 3 free throws, as he was fouled again by Ryan Jacobson. But those easy looks that they've given up today is clearly something that the coaching staff is not happy with, does not want to see. So that inside defense has at least today been a real problem for Case.
Well, and part of it, too, is because they are getting beat down the floor, which we're not accustomed to seeing them to, and just because of the size that they really don't have down low. They're only rotating 3 bigs at this point, and unfortunately in tonight's game, one of them fouled out pretty early, so they're pretty short-handed with their rotation of post players, so it's going to be tough to come by this type of rim protection that the Spartans are seeking.
Javi's going to make all 3. Sean McDonald wants a timeout. 97 seconds are left, and they've got some more work to do. We'll be back.
Everyone loves a comeback, right? Especially when that comeback is Queso Diablo from Qdoba, full of spicy satisfaction to take you straight to queso bliss. That fiery, smoky sensation you've been craving has returned. Celebrate the comeback of Queso Diablo, available now and for an infinite time, only at Qdoba Mexican Grill.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
Eddie, that's Jimmy Holman, and you've got some exciting news on him.
Jimmy Holman, the senior for Case, has become the 2nd player in school history with 400 assists. So congratulations to Jimmy. He's had a fine career here with the Spartans.
Javi Alvarez will get the basketball, and he stepped on the sideline coming down the break. So Holman's got 400 assists.
And he's only 5 shy of the all-time record. And you would have to imagine that in the next couple of games over the road trip that Jimmy will be the all-time leader in assists. He's been such a big part of this Spartans team, and I'm sure he's the type of player that would give all kind of credit to his teammates because, you know, you can't have assists if you don't have guys making shots at the other end. So, you know, Jimmy's just been such an integral part of Case basketball, and 400 assists is only one other player has done that in school history.
Put up a 3 that was missed. Zucker controls it. This is Javi Alvarez for 3. Got it!
Well, the rubber rim helped him out there.
Case is down 11. Foul in the backcourt. Timeout before the foul. To check it out, the foul will be on. I'm not sure who the foul's on. We'll find out when we come out of the break. We'll be back.
Inspired by the 60s, Dave's Cosmic Subs is spreading love around the world one sub at a time. Voted the best in Cleveland, Dave's Cosmic Subs uses only the freshest ingredients, all wrapped in the history of rock and roll. Dave's Cosmic Subs are perfect for any occasion, especially your next Spartan Athletics gathering. Visit Dave's Cosmic Subs Coventry or call 216-320-0330 for delivery. There's only one legendary sub, and that's Dave's.
So it's 108-20 or 108-97. Case is down 11. Not going anywhere. They are fighting to the end here with 105 left. So there's the tie-up between Alvarez and Zucker. There was a timeout called, but they also called a foul. But both of them have 3 fouls on the scoreboard, which is what I have in my book. So I'm not quite exactly sure. Here comes Crawford the other way. Colin Zucker was the trailer and knocked the ball out of bounds. Nonetheless, everyone lives to play another 60 seconds here. no one was in that deep of foul trouble as Mike McGrath looks on. His Maroons, Eddie, you calculated it, scored 40 points in a 10-minute stretch to take command of this game.
Yep, from about the 16.5-minute mark to the 6 or so minute mark. It was quite a run, and I don't think you're going to see as good a offensive spurt in 10 minutes for the rest of the season. I mean, that is just a ton of points.
Fouls on Zucker, that's 4. At the free throw line shooting is Noah Karras. Karras from Lake Forest, Illinois. 6'4" freshman guard. Missed them both, but going up and over Matt Clark for the rebound and getting called for the foul. Actually, no. Foul's going to go against Matt Clark. That'll be his 4th. I thought they were going to get Ryan Jacobson for over the back. Clark's at 6'2", Jacobson's at 6'5". Clark had the inside presence, but Jacobson will be the one shooting free throws. They have missed 4 consecutive free throws. So here comes Case with Matt Clark with the basketball. Down 11, inside a minute to play. He's going to dribble in, missed the shot. It was partially blocked. Zucker in the backcourt. Case looking to foul. And Eric Black wraps up Justin Jackson.
Well, the right thing to do there. I mean, you got a guy coming hard to the rim. You know he can dunk it. You know he's going to go up strong. So why not send him to the free throw line? Well, they've missed over 10 shots for the game, but the problem is the amount of looks that they are getting is going to give them points regardless, even if the percentage is low.
This is Holman. Feed inside to Eric Black. He goes up with 2 hands, and he was fouled by Jackson.
Well, the Spartans bench loves this. That's the first dunk that they've gotten all afternoon here, and then you get the and one opportunity, and Eric Black good for his confidence going forward, because they're going to need him. They're going to need him going forward, especially on this road trip, to be able to supply them with some offense in the paint.
So David will come in for Eric, one brother for the other. 210 points have been scored this afternoon on this court here. Case is down 10 with 32 seconds. Foul immediately in the backcourt with 31 seconds on the game clock. Scott Hurley will go to the free throw line. He is a 62% free throw shooter on the season. He has 2 points this afternoon.
Well, Ron, this is going to be the most points that the Spartans have allowed all season long. They've scored 100 points twice already.
103 if Alvarez hits that. It's long. 22 seconds left. Javi in the backcourt with pressure. Chicago breaks that press. Here come the Maroons the other way, and they're going to dribble this thing out. Maybe. 4 seconds, and that's going to be it. 112-100 will be your final.